can we understand the significance of the God of Judaism? When Moses received his first revelation of the voice of God, he asked him the question, when the people will say unto me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? And the answer given in Exodus chapter 3 is that God said to Moshe, I am that I am. This phrase, Eya Asher Eya, describes first of all God as the cause of all existence. And also that God can only be defined in terms of himself, whilst everything else in the world is described in terms of something else. Because all beings in the world are relative. They are related to other categories of experience. God can only be defined in terms of himself because he is a non-relative existence, an absolute existence. And this basic concept of God as the absolute one is the deeper significance of the Shem Havaya, which we don't even pronounce. Why? Because language deals with experience, deals with relationships. And God is by definition absolute, beyond language, beyond relationships. But God is not just absolute existence, he is also the cause of all other existence. And therefore other existences are related to him. Therefore the world of experience and nature reflects the source of all existence, the power of God. And therefore, in the language of the Tanakh, there is also another name for God, with which the Pentateuch, the Chumash, begins. Bereshis bara Elokim es hashamayim ve'es haaretz. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the name that is used for God there comes from the root, which means power. Aleph Lamed. The word Eile, which simply means these, refers to all the different experiences that confront man, that are all connected with powers. The world of nature as it's presented to man is a plurality of powers. Elohim. But those differing, varied phenomena of the world of experience are described in the Tanakh as reflecting a unified force. Therefore, nature, in Hebrew, there is a mnemonic for this, Hateva, has the same numerical value as Elokim. The idea being that the totality of nature reflects the power of God. Therefore, we have two aspects to God's existence presented to us by all who have dealt with the question of God, be it all forms of religion, be it the varied forms of philosophy. that have dealt with both the transcendence of God, the aspect of God that is beyond nature and beyond language, and also God as He reveals Himself through nature. And these two aspects are given to us in the two names for God. That is why in Bereshit chapter 2 verse 4, wherein the world of nature is described in terms of its relationship to man, there the name of Hashem, which we don't even pronounce, is joined together with the name Elohim, representing the two aspects of God's being, both that which reveals itself through nature as is described in the first chapter of the Chumash, as well as that which expresses itself through higher levels of revelation to man. That's the transcendent aspect of Hashem. The relationship between these two aspects of Hashem's being are described in the 6th chapter of Yeshaya, where Yeshaya describes how I saw the Master sitting upon the throne, exalted and lifted up, and the bottom of His garments filled the temple. That in itself describes the two aspects of Hashem's relationship to the world and to man. One, that He sits upon the throne, that He's beyond all concepts, and the other, that the influence fills the temple. And this is then described in verse 3 in the phrase, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. His glory is the fullness of the whole earth." Holiness means separation, transcendence. So Hashem, the Lord, is separated from all aspects of experience, but at the same time, all experience and all nature is filled with His being. And these two aspects are not separate, they're unified, as is described in the declaration of unity Shema Yisrael in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6, where we say Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem, the name that we don't pronounce, that is an expression of His transcendence, of His absoluteness, is at the same time also the one who lies at the source of all experience and of all nature and of all being, and therefore is Elokeinu. And these two form a unity, Hashem Echad.